everyone. I am Pinup Penny. This is Ray of Sunshine and Jenny. And we are here to invite you into a little of the fun that goes into planning some of our fantastical shoots. And we got all dolled up and just want to chit chat a little bit about what we have coming up. We're planning our Grimm's fairy tales. So we just thought we'd sit down and chat about it and invite you into the world of what we do.
Right. So yeah, everybody's bodies have changed in the last 2 years. We're in a major pandemic. We have our kids home. We're working from home. We're snacking all the time. Or maybe you took up a major like exercise regimen that really just took over your life and changed you. But our bodies all changed. I don't know anybody right now that's the same size that I was 2 years ago. And we're trying to embrace that. Either you're a little fluffier, a little smaller, or whatever. Yeah, we're just trying to embrace that right now. And so on the anniversary of Penny being, what your divorce was getting finalized.
Okay.
And I came to spend the night to celebrate, and as happens at 2 a.m., Grimm's Fairy Tales was born.
But we're super excited. Super excited about this one. We've as some of you may know, we did Disney a couple years ago, and so we are rejuvenating some of our sets. This is a castle set here that's interior that's been a couple different things, but we're gonna revamp this castle, and we have some ideas on what to do, and we're gonna curate each shoot per each client and whatever character that she comes up with. So
yeah, so I know some of you guys saw Penny had put out a where you could put in interest and fill out a form and say what kind of character you were interested in, and we saw a lot of Cinderellas and quite a few Maleficents, and we were all like, oh, Maleficent, that's Disney, that's Disney, that's Disney, that's Disney. We're so shocked we didn't do Maleficent back at the Disney Bound experience. And then we got to talking, and Maleficent's not so much the horns and everything, but it is a literal, like, she's just a strong, beautiful woman that embraces her dark side, right?
That's my alarm.
Oh, you want to grab your phone? Oh. Okay, Ray of Sunshine has to go. So you want to talk a little bit about what you, with the hair and makeup, styling and things, and anything real quick?
I think, we're going to tailor everything to each individual shoot. It's hard to say no.
But
The idea
can they
is-
bring in hair pieces and you work with
Oh
those?
yeah, we get to
if
be
they
a lot
want-
more fantastic.
Yeah, so if they wanted to do a wig, bring in the wig ahead of time for you to style and do some planning ahead.
Yes.
and then we'll put you in contact with the gals, so everyone is on board with what you're going to do ahead of time, and you can kind of get the creative ideas and have a plan.
Like lots of sparkle and dramatic facial makeup, everything going on.
This is going to be a lot more moody and edgy and sexy and thrilling.
Empowered. You're not a damsel in distress. You're not this gorgeous, delicate little flower. You are literally this woman that's in typical German fairy tale that is just, she's lost in the forest and she has to save herself. Or maybe you're a main character that's androgynous and you're the prince, or you're the animal, or
Excited about that.
yes, the animal bits.
Sexy big bad wolf.
Or maybe you're the villain, and then absolutely, that there's nothing wrong with being the villain. I think the fairy tale land, Grimm's fairy tales, decided that the evil mother thing had to go away when they wrote their fairy tales, and so they made them all evil stepmothers. And it's kind of given stepmothers a bad name. Stepmothers they're trying to get this kid that they show up, and they got this teenager that's like, oh my God, you're replacing my mom. I hate you. I can't imagine living like that. So why not celebrate those women that step up? And if you're a stepmother who has been through the ringer, this would be a great experience to be the beautiful strong, empowered stepmother, old crone, witch, whatever you envision, however grungy you want to get, or elegant, or magical, mystical, whatever.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
We're gonna let Ray of Sunshine out of here. She's gonna go pick her little guy up from school.
Thank you for coming, Rach.
And if it wasn't snowing, she could stay longer. You want to talk about your cute little bed you just
Oh,
snagged?
it's so cute. It's a fold-away bed, but it's the perfect little size, and I think it's going to work for a lot of different things that we have in mind.
Right, it's got like a little white cast iron headboard and footboard thing going on, and
We can put it in the forest, and I want draping vines and flower vines all around.
absolutely.
It's going to be super sexy in the
Right.
forest.
You can be the wolf in that bed.
Yes.
You could dress like Grimm if you want, or you can be Little Red Riding Hood's cape as the wolf, or you can be Little Red Riding Hood if that's your vision. This isn't closed to any one woman. Anyone looking for a feminine touch, if you are a expectant mother to be, we would love to get some glowy pictures in fairy tale land of beautiful baby bumps.
Yes, absolutely.
And I mean, you're glowing right now, so yeah, you're more than just an incubator, and you should be celebrated for what you envision and dream of. And these would make amazing nursery prints.
Ooh, yes. Oh my gosh, like a nursery that was like fairy tale themed.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, that would be so beautiful.
yes.
And we have beautiful gowns that would drape, away from the
Catherine
belly.
Delish, Catherine
Ooh,
Delish.
Yes.
And we're not limited to the 3 sets inside. If the weather is snowy like it is today, it's an amazing option to go outside and do some shots in the snow.
I do have friends with horses.
Yeah, oh my gosh, do you guys remember Belle from the Disney Bound Experience?
Yes, with the draft horse.
Yes.
Oh, so pretty. In the snow.
So we're envisioning a lot of little bit of lingerie or lingerie mix, a lot of risque, a chance to be somebody other than you are. We're not looking so much for cosplay in this. This is more of a creative extension of yourself, like your inner who you are coming out. So we were actually coming up with characters to talk about right before this, and we remembered Thumbelina, and yeah, we would love to make a bed out of a beanbag kind of situation with flower petals. And do the, I'm just waking up, and big stretches, and the lingerie and the flower, Thumbelina style. We can create a thimble for you to drink out of, and
She drinks out of it?
yeah, it's her cup.
Okay, what is she drinking out of it?
A
Do we know?
dewdrop.
A dewdrop. Ooh.
I know.
And we could make like a bubble. Like a dewdrop water droplet in it.
With a large leaf hanging down
Yes.
in the forest.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
That's how it works. That's you tell us what character you want to do, and that's how we just kind of spitball ideas and curate for each one, create new different pieces for each one, and the goal is usually to make every single experience
Individual.
different. Yeah, every time.
you're very unique. And so Penny Tale's book.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make a book.
Yeah. So
What are we calling it? Penny's
Tales.
Penny's Tales?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Or Penny Tales.
Something like that.
Yeah,
But
instead
yes,
of
but
fairy tales,
a storybook with images from each shoot. If whatever you guys are comfortable with letting us use, we're gonna create a book, and
and this
that's
was actually born out of the idea of Penny being able to, when she vends, to have a book that shows the Disney Bound and the Grimms, so that everybody can see all the different body shapes and sizes and stylings, and that it's not limited. You don't have to be built like me. You don't have to be built like Penny. You don't have to be built like Rachel. You don't have to be built like
all sizes. It's all
Jessie
inclusive.
Jane.
All sizes.
Okay, listen, ladies. We all have thighs. Some of us have bigger thighs. Some of us have smaller thighs. At the end of the day, those are all sexy as hell, and they deserve to be featured. And so we talked about that book, and then it was decided we should make a Penny's Tales, like Grimm's fairy tales, but Penny's fairy tales kind of situation.
I like the storybooks that I already create from the shoots for each gals. That's an option. from the images is to make your own book, but this is going to be
A compilation.
our favorites from each one, and then you get to be featured in that. And there's actually the packages that we're offering. There's discounts towards that book when it's available, and the top one includes one of those for each girl. So.
And then if we can get 12 gals, maybe a calendar that you guys can get for Christmas for 2023 or something like that. That would be amazing.
Yes. That would be super fun.
That would be so good.
Anything else?
So some other characters we were talking about. We talked about the prince. I know we didn't
Jack
talk
and the
about the
Beanstalk?
We
Little
didn't-
Hunter
We
thing?
didn't talk about the boys yet. Okay, ladies, you can be androgynous. You do not have to be the delicate flower. You can be the strong, capable one. And we were picturing, you want to be the prince? You want to be the prince rescuing Rapunzel? Let's put you in a button-down or peasant blouse with a vest that laces in the front and a pair of boy shorts or ruffle rumble bottoms and some knee-high boots or thigh-high boots and some thigh-high stockings, and let's roll with this. You want a sword? We will give you a sword. I have a sword.
I have a sword.
Yep.
And we can get more.
Yes.
The oddity shop in Edinburgh, he was like, anytime you need swords or shields or any of that, so we have access.
Yeah, my husband brought home a sword from Gettysburg when he was in middle school and went on a field trip by Ray. And it's in the closet upstairs because I don't want my 14-year-old hacking my house apart. So
Sure.
And it's a heavy one. It would look really cool. And
Yes.
he's got a sword, so you want a sword, we'll give you a sword.
So we were almost thinking of building the bell tower here. We
Right.
could have the window just have some of Rapunzel's hair sticking
Yes.
out, and then the prince could be
holding
rescuing.
on with his leg up in the air.
Oh my god, yeah.
On the back arch.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
If you want to be the huntsman, we can give you a crossbow, similar outfit to the prince, or maybe as the huntsman you've got a mini brown dress type jumper thing that's fitted, or A-line with again a white peasant blouse off the shoulder underneath, or a
The Jack
button
and the
down
Beanstalk
shirt.
look, that would be great that
Yeah.
way too.
Um,
And in the forest, like I want them to have something to like swing on, like like you're climbing the stalk.
yes.
So
And we are not adverse to building things. I mean, we built this, guys. We built this. We have talked about building Hansel and Gretel find the gingerbread house in the woods, and they just start
Yes.
eating it. Okay, maybe you relate to Hansel or Gretel, and you want to wear like a little mini dirndl dress or dirndl-inspired lingerie. We can do that. Or maybe you're the lady inside your little sweet house, and kids show up with no parental control whatsoever, and they're eating your house. And people want to be mad at you because you're literally like, where's your parent? Where's your adult? And nobody helps you, so you cook them. I mean, I honestly don't blame anybody. I mean, I
your
have
idea,
kids.
like coming out from
Right.
underneath or out the door, like
Crawling out like sexy with the coming out of your house.
eating my house. Yes.
And we had a vision. If you want to be the witch in the house, let's go with like a chocolate colored or cinnamon colored lingerie with white lace trimmings, maybe a little short skirt with a really thick petticoat, almost tutu-like, and maybe ballet slippers that lace up, or stockings, or something really fun on the legs, and go for a really licking the lollipop, or whipped cream on the finger like it's ice frosting and licking it off.
Yes.
I mean, it's as sexy as you want to get. We want to get you out of your comfort zone. You don't have to get so far out of your comfort zone. You're like, oh my God, what have I done? But we definitely want you to get out so you're like, oh my God, I did that.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes. We want you to be excited and thrilled and feeling some confidence along the way. I was thinking the pond we haven't talked about.
Yeah, so the pond. I did mention the pond, but
Oh,
when
you
we
did?
come back, we talk about it a little more.
Okay.
So, Odette. Everybody loves the Swan Princess. She's beautiful, she's delicate, she's a bird. And we're envisioning like this white crown of feathers fanned out on the head and making feathered, like they go along the arms and like hang down along the back, and coming up out of the water with the arms stretched out like a ballerina and just this whole back arched, tits out, big eyes, coming out of the water, rising, or the swan rising, and almost phoenix-like.
And I want to shoot it low light with the fog and the steam coming off of the water, and
maybe the bubble machine, just get as much,
Yeah,
light
just really
reflection,
full of
distortion
texture
going on.
and the light.
And
drama.
Yes,
Yes.
high drama. And we would love to do lingerie and you're waking up in your bed in the castle and there is just feathers everywhere and you're confused as to why. Just this whole,
Yes.
where do these feathers come from? And your nightgown slipping off your shoulder like, oh my goodness.
Yes.
And I just want to say, when we talk about Thumbelina, you do not have to be a size 2 to be Thumbelina. If you are a size 44 and you want to be Thumbelina, we can help you rock it.
Absolutely.
Nobody said Thumbelina was thin. They just said she was short.
Tiny, like in a small person, right?
Yeah, she
Like,
was just this tiny. She was born in a
like how
flower.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kid person in
Kinda.
a flower. Okay.
Yeah, she was a baby born in a flower, and a little old woman like watered her, raised her, and she only got big enough to drink water out of a thimble that was big.
That's so cute. I want to do that once in a
I
while.
know. I just.
So who wants it, Mr. Just?
Yes. I'm picturing like a flower skirt, like flower petals for the skirt that are sheer,
Ooh, yeah.
and we can really have some fun with colors with that.
Yes. Yes.
So like I said, we can get it as gothic as you want or as cheery as you want. Penny doesn't really use her penny filter on the fantastical
No,
experience.
this is more full of color
This
and
is
vibrance
definitely, it's not the vintage touch, it's definitely the fantastical
or dark and
experience.
edgy.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we're getting very excited. What's something
Yeah.
else? Oh, Cinderella. Okay, we did Cinderella during Disney Bound.
Mm-hmm.
She was very 50s, very Cindy. Well, what if we got a little dirtier and Cinderella's got a little smudge just underneath the cheek of her bottom on the back of her thigh that she's grabbing the edge of her stocking, her garter belt, and she's pulling it out and going, oh, I'm so dirty. We can play dirty girl with Cindy. She is a dirty girl. And then really Rapunzel, Disney really classed her up, but the fact is, her mother fell in love with lettuce and gave her up in exchange for lettuce. And I would love to have Cindy with a meat fork.
Not just lettuce. Did you know my daughter was
Cindy.
broccoli in Rapunzel? My daughter was in the Playhouse production of Rapunzel.
Green.
And
She gave her
yeah,
up for green. Her mother was a vegetarian and just gave her up. But could you picture like a head of lettuce for Rapunzel
Yes.
on a meat fork, and Rapunzel's like.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
So, and then nobody's absolutely booked Princess and the Pea yet, so we're just going to touch on that real quick.
Yeah.
Princess and the Pea is kind of one of the first characters we came up with. We want to put the bed in the woods. We want Sweet Pea
The
Vine
magical
going
forest.
up the bedding and the mattresses. We've got a whole bunch of vintage outdoor cushions. And
Yeah.
things.
Mattresses. We can
We
make
are
a big
building
stack.
a wall.
Yeah.
We've got a little ladder situation going on. Sweet Pea crown for her head. Catherine Delish gown.
Yes, the Catherine
We're
Delish
talking-
draping off the bed.
We're talking backlighting behind the bed, back arched, hand on the forehead. Oh, I can't sleep.
Yes.
Oh, it's so hard. We're gonna take a what do we decide? We're making a ball about this big that's supposed to be the pea,
Mhm.
and we'd love to end the shoot with a bowl of pea soup because you're conquering.
Yep.
You're conquering the pea. You're conquering your fears and
Or
your
the,
obstacles.
the stepmother, or whoever.
Right.
Whoever.
And if you identify with the beautiful queen, like historically through Hollywood, everybody thought witches were ugly, and then Disney did do Cinderella, and they made a beautiful witch,
Yes.
the Snow White stepmother, and then the Wicked Witch of the West was almost glamorous for Wizard of Oz.
Oh yeah.
And listen, yeah, you want to be just the badass bitch witch because you didn't have kids and now you're stuck with somebody's angry teenager. I get it. Let's do it.
Or
Let's do
your
it.
own angry teenager.
Oh yeah. Oh,
We don't know anything about that.
yeah. Yeah. We got a couple of those.
They're not here, so we don't have to worry about them.
So let's see. Any other characters and visions we have?
Oh, I think we've talked about a lot of them.
Oh, Lady of the Water. If
Oh, yeah.
you want to do all blue draping and coming out of the pond, which is a hot tub, by the way, so you'll
Oh, yeah.
be warm and toasty while you do this.
Yeah.
The
And
steam
inside,
Yes,
inside.
it's all inside.
Right over there.
Unless you want to go shoot in the snow. But Lady of the Water with the sword, I mean, we can get a little bit outside of Grimm's fairy tales to an extent. Like King Arthur's court had the Lady of the Water that presented him with the sword initially that ended up in the stone. Or you want to be a dragon?
Oh my god, a dragon, yes.
Or you are part of the dragon's horde? We can do this. Oh, you know what? We were talking about Rumpelstiltskin.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so the miller's daughter and Rumpelstiltskin that goes on to marry the king would love to do this like gold lingerie that's very filmy, pile of straw, spinning wheel,
Yes.
kind of long legs, golden colored shoes. Guys, we will spray paint shit. We will make this happen. Yeah, but would love to have all that. And you want to add a baby, we have a doll we can wrap up that looks realistic, and it's your baby that you're and the gold. And we can create the little smoke puff of Rumpelstiltskin stomping to death when she realizes his name's
Oh
Rumpelstiltskin.
my god, cute. Yes, we can.
But where she's triumphed, like, you're Rumpelstiltskin, dude. In her lingerie, you want to go vintage style? You want to go 1920s, 30s silk lingerie gown? You want to go modern teddy? You want to go 1950s bullet bra? You want to go corsetry? You want to go to 1930s step-in one piece? If you want to go with hat pants, you want to go with leopard print, we can make it work. I would love to see Puss in Boots have a little leopard print on it.
Cute.
I
Yes.
would love to get some tails on some people. You want to be the three little pigs? We can make you a little pig that is literally taking straw to build your house. Like, oh, I'm a clever little pig.
That's adorable.
Yes.
With a little piggy nose.
Little piggy nose.
Okay. Fun.
And it doesn't mean you have to wear a prosthetic. Rachel can do your makeup where you have a little piggy nose where it looks like it's
Yeah.
turned up on the end. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's how fantastical do you want to get? And Rachel had to go really fast, but
Yep.
if your vision, you've always wanted to be a blonde, and you want to wig it up, let us know when you book and get your wig ordered, because Rachel could style that ahead of time. She can preset it, get it going, do the trimming. She's a certified stylist,
Cosmetologist.
yeah,
Yep.
cosmetologist,
License.
and she's always honing her craft.
Yep.
If you
She's
want,
always up for a good challenge.
yes, body glitter. If you are a fairy, you want to be a fairy. Like I said, we're not getting quite cosplay, but a little bit of this is me and this is kind of my inner coming out. Just, yeah, you want to do the fairy thing, and you want to be Cinderella's fairy godmother, and you want to be the glamorous creature with the giant dress on, with the stockings sticking out. Like, I could have the prince if I wanted him, but go her. Absolutely. If you're a pair of sisters, or you're a couple, her and her, and you want to do a shoot together, we
Yeah.
would love the opportunity to do that. Totally would love a prince sliding
sure.
the shoe on Cindy's foot.
For sure. Yep.
And we have some very glass slippery looking shoes.
No, definitely would love the significant others to be able to be part of that for sure. Yeah.
And
we should probably round this out here and
Yeah.
then soon, but we're doing this. We're booking now, and we're going to be shooting into starting end of January through
in about 3 weeks.
through February, and we may need to extend it into March. But
And we did that before. We extended the Disney bound shoots into March.
Yep.
We build things. I mean,
Yeah. And we have been like just not had time to be creative like this. I don't know. I'm ready
Like we
and
talked,
like
and we've
super
been-
ready to get in
we've
the
been
building.
hoarding the
and-
things. We've been hoarding things.
Yes.
We're like, oh, that would be really great, and it's on clearance. I'm putting that in my car.
Yep.
Yeah, we have shopping problems.
Yeah, for sure.
But when we have a vision, we have a vision, and
Now
our
we get to
dream
play,
is
use our hoard and
we're going into 2022.
Yep. Oh
Everyone's over the last 2 years.
yes,
This is your opportunity to do this.
we did have the plan to do if you book 2 shoots in 2022, you get a discount.
Yes.
So
And then the other thing I was going to say real quick with Penny is
the phone.
we
calls.
love text. Everybody loves text. But the conversation we just had right now is so much easier to have over the phone, and it's easier to relay emotion and expression over the phone than it is in any kind of form of text or email. So Penny does require a verbal phone call ahead of time.
Or a video chat, Zoom.
Zoom video chats are great.
Or you can come to the studio to do a consult there if you want to look at what we have there. We're not building the sets there. This is actually in my
home studio.
Home studio, thank you. But you can look at the books that we have and samples of everything and have a face-to-face conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
A verbal conversation is so much more. I mean, if you are like, well, I'm having a baby and I'm about 8 months pregnant, the end of January, so they're going to get me in soon. I would love to be this character. It's so much easier to brainstorm with you over the phone than it ever is to go, hey, I'm having a baby at the end of January, and we're like, she's still going to be pregnant at that point?
Sure. But the text convo back and forth, it just takes too long. I mean, I'm a mom. I'm busy with kids, just like y'all are, and it takes me forever to text back and forth or email back and forth.
And it's
when we
easy
could
to
just
say,
solve
I
it
have
in
to
a
make a phone call.
Yeah, phone call, and
It's
a 10 to 15 minute
30
conversation.
minutes tops,
And the other thing is, I do understand that some of you try to do this as a surprise to your significant other, and some of us are all with them all the time. But just call me on the way to getting your groceries, or find a way to just step away for a little bit, because if you're investing in this, we want to make sure that you're happy with it, and it just is a lot quicker and easier if we can talk.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so if you guys have a vision, an idea, and you're like, I would like to be a troll, but how would I be a troll? Absolutely call, because we literally do the, ooh, a troll. So
Yes.
what kind of troll do you want to be? You want to be the troll under the bridge? Do you want to be the naughty troll in the kitchen? Are you like a rock troll? Are you a garden troll? What kind of troll are you? Like that's where the conversation goes, and then we develop from there. It's kind of like the Thumbelina thing that just happened.
Yeah.
That's how we design characters, and we would love, like I said, maternity photos, new mommy photos. If you've got a newborn that you want photographed with, it's not necessarily a newborn shoot. It's a postpartum mommy shoot kind of thing where, yeah, you could totally be the miller's daughter and Rumpelstiltskin with the new baby, or you can be, what was it? Rapunzel was roaming the woods and with twins. I mean, I'm just saying, when she found her prince who was blind by the thorns. These stories are dark. Really encourage you guys to read the Grimm's fairy tales, and really old school fairy tales. If you're any fantasy, if you were a little kid and you had a favorite fairy tale, because I get it. I was born in 1980, and Disney put their first VHS tape out in 1986, because I have it with Cinderella. Before that, we had fairy tales, and honestly, yeah, I love this idea
so excited.
of, yeah, we're not limited. We're not limited by Disney's vision. We're limited by nothing. I mean, literally, we can make things like you cannot believe, like just visionary wise. How would we can do this? Like there's a waterfall discussion going on to go with the hot tub.
Oh yeah.
And
Fun. We'll get there.
Penny's gal, Kristen's like, we could build that. That would be just like we have a pool pump, and we're like, So things happen. It gets very magical. Like I said, we're just setting in the set, and we're looking forward to seeing you in the set.
Yes.
And seeing you be glamorous. Just think of us as we're the good fairy queens. We're just here to tell you.
Yes.
You're
I'm
gonna
glad we
have,
got to wear this today. I
Yes.
feel good.
right? It says, well, it's post-Christmas, and I think especially in December we get so torn down from trying to make everything amazing for our kids and host Christmas parties and go to Christmas parties, and
So glad that's over.
my daughter's birthday's on Christmas Eve, and I mean, and then your kids are home between Christmas and New Year's, which, why do they do that to moms? And then you gotta get your kids up, and they gotta go back to school, and then we get hit with a
Mine
snowstorm.
didn't today. Didn't get up.
And yeah, and then you get hit with a snowstorm, and you're just literally like, I need something for me.
Yes.
So in this case today, it's Dr. Pepper in a teacup and a crown for me.
Yes. You put your Dr. Pepper in there?
Yeah,
Why
that's
didn't I
right,
put Pepsi in mine? I don't even know what this is.
It's sparkling tea.
Sparkling tea. Oh.
It's
Okay,
your
cool.
sparkling black tea. We're very bossy. So
Cheers.
thanks for joining us for spilling the tea on the Grimm shoots.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.